Every story has a background, doesn't it? A context, a world into which that story is written and comes. I'm here in C.S. Lewis Square today. It's over in East Belfast, near where C.S. Lewis grew up and went to school, before he went on to Oxford University, where he developed into the world-famous writer that he would become. Much of the imagery here in the square is taken from probably Lewis's best-known work, The Chronicles of Narnia. I imagine that you might be familiar with those stories. They've been popular for many years among children and adults alike. And in those stories, Lewis creates the fantasy world of Narnia. Children go there to escape their present life, and they go there to find hope and happiness. It's a fictional world where they can go to escape. Now, you see, Lewis was writing against the background of war. He wrote just a few years after the end of the Second World War, when the world had been turned upside down, people's lives had been ruined. Nothing was recognisable as it had been before. The world was a place filled with sorrow and sadness. The Christmas story is written against a background that's not too dissimilar to that world. You see, God sent His Son into a world filled with sorrow and sadness. God sent Jesus to bring a message of hope into this world. We first read about Jesus in the Old Testament writings. And hundreds of years before He was born in Bethlehem, the Old Testament prophets predicted that He would come. They predicted where He would be born, the little town of Bethlehem. How He would be born. He would be born to a virgin. Whose family He would be born into. He'd be born into the line of King David. And most importantly, the prophets tell us why Jesus was born. He came to deal with mankind's deepest problems. Not war, or even famine, or even plague. Jesus Christ came to deal with the problem of sin in our hearts and the broken relationship with God that has created. The prophets tell us that Jesus came to bring lasting hope and real hope to all people across this world. That if we put our faith and trust in Him, Jesus has come to bring us peace with God. And so Jesus comes to bring a true message of hope into a hurting and hopeless world. It's not a fantasy story. It's not a fictional story. It's a true story. And if you put your faith in Jesus, then you will have the hope of going to be with Him in heaven, His world, forever.